Hi you guys, I am live. Welcome, and this is my first FPL draft. How are you guys this evening? Hello. I think we got a few people in the chat already. Get on Twits and tell people we're live. How you all doing tonight? What we got here? Who's about? Let me have a look. I always have to remember that nobody talks back to me on live, so so bear with me here, bear with me. So we got Phil, yo Phil, how you doing? Welcome to my live, my first draft for the FPL 17-18 season. Everybody excited? Hope you're all excited for that one. Hope you're all excited. Who we got? Oh, Tom, I think one of the moderators is going to hit you up with the code. Yeah, looks like he's got there. I'm a bit behind you guys, so bear with me. Bear with me on the codes for that one. We've got my Nymfria code, and we've also got the FPL journal code, and there's some goodies to be won with that one. I believe there might be a prize, so you'll have to wait and see what the prize is on that one. So what we got? What do you think about the current problems in the FPL community? What's the big divide? What have I missed? What's going on? What's happened? Do you have to fill me in on that one? Ready, Salted Chris. Fill me in on the divide. Hi, Stephen. You having a good Friday? See, most other people are out living it up, clubbing about. There's us chatting FPL proper, you know. Hang on a second. I've got the dog. The dog's annoying me. She wants to get up, but then she doesn't want to get up all at the same time. So, hang on a second. FPL Fly versus FPL Judas. So, the big divide. I missed that one. I missed that one completely. What divide? Yeah, exactly. Everyone's asking what the divide is. What's the divide, people? Got to fill me in. I feel like I'm missing out. Yes, FPL is the #1 priority for Friday night. Definitely. Don't be hitting up your mate or being sociable. What's that about? We're being sociable here. And on that note, I was thinking I need a name for my community. You know how JNO's got his FPL Today fam, or his whatever it is, JN Onions? Just JN Onions? I think that's something like that. Anyway, what do you think of Nym fam? Not sure, it's a bit dodge. Dodge, let me know. Let me know what you think about Nym fam, people. Do you want to be a part of the Nym fam? There we go. Hi Tom, Thomas, Tom. Jesus or Kane. Well, I've got both, as you can see. I'll have a little chat through the team in a second. I just kind of wanted to get settled in with you guys. So, some of the other bigger accounts are basically being quite patronising some of the smaller accounts. Really? Oh gosh. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't know all this was going on, to be honest, so can't really comment. But I love everybody, so peace and love from me. So, I didn't bring it away. Hi, Shane. Not too sure on the saying for that one. Look at any nicknames when you were younger. Did I have any nicknames when I was younger? Ooh. Yeah, but they were sloppy, cheesy ones, like Angel and stuff like that. You know, proper girly names. So probably quite boring for you guys. Although it was quite short, so you know, it did get quite little Nym and things like that put in front of my name. So stop wiggling about in this chair, don't I? Don't comment on divide. I've gone for peace and love too. Peace and love all the way, people. Peace and love. Kane, is Kane essential? This is a difficult one because we all know that he's never brilliant in August. He doesn't have a great record in August at all. So I don't think necessarily that Kane is essential, though you can't exactly rule him out. I do think if you don't have Kane, you should probably have another Spurs attacking midfielder, probably like an Ali or an Eriksen, just to make sure that you're covered. So I don't think he's like definitely needed, but I do think you need to have some coverage there because you can't count against them. You just can't count against them after last season. So what can you say? But I've got him in. So, you know, at the moment, my first draft, he's there because I don't always think it's necessarily about the fixtures players have or, you know, how they're necessarily done in previous years. You just got to look at the players themselves and see how they will fit into your team, whether you can afford them, and whether or not they're going to basically bring you the points that you need to win your mini leagues. So, and yes, Phil is very right. There is only a small sample size for that not scoring in August, and I do believe he was away on international duty previous years, whereas he hasn't been this season. So, you know, that gives him an extra kind of, I suppose, an extra kind of reason to be great from the start of the season this time round. Let's hope so, if he stays in my team. Okay. So shall I talk you guys through some of the reasoning, or at least some of the stats on my team and why I've actually got them in? I wrote them down, so bear with me on the piece of paper. So, oh, before I do that, Dave said Richie or Boufal. I don't know too much about Boufal, but I definitely did a little video on Richie and his penalty taking potential, and he was pretty good in that. So if that helps any day, don't know whether it does, might do, might not, I'm afraid. So the reason I've gone with Elliot is effectively just at the moment because he might be first choice, because the other keeper looks as if he's on his way out of that team. So that's maybe why I'm going with Elliot. But it's mainly just for price, because he's 4 mil and he's really cheap, and it means that I can have David De Gea. So, and United's run of games are looking pretty sweet to start with. So, you know, I think that's definitely it's a good idea to think about that with some of your defenders, at least with their fixtures. So, interested on Mini-Bick. Just I seen I call him Milo, just easier. I seen Milo in pre-season. I just like the look of him. He was doing quite a lot for Palace. He was taking a lot of the set pieces. I know he's on penalty duties, so that's why I have him in there at the moment. He's kind of a bit of a one to watch. May or may not stay there. There are a lot of options around that sort of price. But for the moment, it was just basically because he looked great in pre-season. So, David De Gea was 4th last season, 4th best FPL goalkeeper last season. So that, based with his fixtures, is why I've stuck him in there. No Lukaku. Yeah, that's observant. Who's that? C3PO. C3PO. Yo. That was rubbish, sorry. No Lukaku. Only because I have David De Gea in, and that might change. The thing with having Kane, it means that if Kane does start really badly and Lukaku does do really well, then I've got the money in Kane to downgrade to Lukaku, and then a bit of extra dough to spend elsewhere. So that's awesome. Just catch up on some of the chat with you guys. Hang on. Elliot should be first choice, I think. Well, I'm hoping so, and especially at 4 mil, that'd be an awesome kind of second goalkeeper to have on your bench for those days when you're thinking, oh, I just really don't want to play DDG, you know, I just don't want him there, it's too scary. Oh, by the way, you guys, pop it out on Twitter, let people know that I'm live if you haven't already, and don't forget to sub if you haven't already, because there's some cool little graphics that should happen if somebody subs, so that'd be awesome to check that's working. Yeah. Ah, Team Nymfria, that's cool. Don't comment. Oh, thank you. Somebody says nice looking team. Yeah, Milo is a bit of a bargain at 5 mil. I should imagine he will be more than that by the end of the season. So, do you need to keep money in the bank this year? That's a good question. It depends, I think, if you're planning on going somewhere else with your team. Like, say for instance, we don't really know at the moment what's happening with Sanchez, but if you knew that if you were staying at Arsenal or in the Premier League, that you definitely wanted him in your team, then, you know, then basically it should mean like it's a good idea to, oh, it's working. Hello, Ready Salted Chris, you subbed. Thank you very much. That's good. That's cool. What was I saying? Like, you guys got me all distracted now. Oh, Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank. Why does that make me think of wrestling? Yeah. So if you know you want to get a more expensive player in and you can't get to him straight away, then squirrel some of that money away for somebody like a Sanchez in case. But otherwise, I think it's usually best to spend most of your money at the start of the season and try and invest in players that are effectively going to earn you a bit of extra cash. So, you know, even if you think that's what I've tried to do with my bench, with some of my bench there, I'm hoping that, you know, some of the smaller ones or the cheaper ones will grow in price as the season goes on. And that'll get me a bit of extra cash to buy other players with, basically. So I waffled on a bit there, didn't I? Sorry about that. Okay, where are we? Best Liverpool mid? Well, obviously Coutinho. He's in my team. However, if he doesn't stay at Liverpool, then it's going to be difficult. Mane, if he's not injured, could, like when he comes back from injury, could definitely be a shout. We need to keep an eye on Salah and how he's going to fit in. I think in pre-season he's done a bit of like assisting and scoring goals. But the reason I got Coutinho in is he's already got a goal and an assist in pre-season, and he's just looking really good in that kind of setup. So if he stays at Liverpool, you know, then I think he's probably the one to have in your team. So, sorry, just catching up with the chat. Ramsey or... Oh, hang on. What about me as a defender? Yeah, I thought about me myself, actually. Me myself. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, I think me could be a shout, actually. And I did have him in initially, so that's kind of cool. I'm jumping about on my screen. Am I jumping about with you guys? Is the stream a bit broken? Let me know if it is and I'll try and fix that. So, go for fourth mid. No, back. Ramsey or Zaha? I like Rambo. Helped win us the FA Cup, obviously, being an Arsenal fan. So I'm loving Rambo. Zaha looked really good in the pre-season stuff. So, you know, I think it's going to be tough to call those two. If I know that Ramsey's nailed on for the rest of the season, being in a team like Arsenal, I would go Ramsey, personally. But I know plenty that would argue with me otherwise. So, could also soon buy back 40% if your differential striker comes through a big decision. Who are we talking about, Phil? Who are we talking about on the... Is that Milo still? Oh, we have a new subscriber, people. Think so, anyway. I heard a little dongle. Hopefully you guys are seeing who that is. Hopefully it'll pop up soon here. Oh, Daniel. Welcome, Daniel. Hello. Thanks for subbing. Thank you. Me, myself, and I. Thanks, Meg. Octavius, thank you very much for that one. Oh, we got a few people not touching Liverpool players. Really? Wow. That's brave. Although I think the fellow who won it last year didn't have a Liverpool player all season, so if you go in by that, then, you know. Oh, I've got screen is grand, Nim. Thank you. Hopefully means it's not jumping about all over the place. I have Alonso because he's expensive and well owned. If he does well and goes up, how will you afford him? Have a plan to get him in. Alonso is the one that I have agonised probably the most over with this first draft. I wanted him in so badly. I have 0.5 left in the bank right now, and Kolosniak, get that out, is 6. So my thoughts are I just have to find another 0.5 or another mil to try and kind of go from Kolosniak up to Alonso. But I'm not writing over. Right, I'm not writing. This is just my first draft, people. If you're telling me Alonso, get him in, then I'll have to try and find the money somewhere and get him in, because he's probably the one I'm most nervous about not having in my team. Actually, to be honest, guys. Who will win Golden Boot? Oh, who do you guys will think will win the Golden Boot? I think... Oh, should I just chuck it out and be like, Lacazette? Do you know what? I've done 2 drafts and I've ended up with Lacazette twice. Don't know how I've managed that. Actually quite hilarious, but I've ended up with him twice. So, have you guys done any drafts yet? How did you get on with your teams? Try to get Rodriguez away. Hi, Tommy. I don't think Alonso's a must-have. Hi, Ken. Welcome. Yeah, no, I have heard this argument also, which is probably why I avoided getting him in initially in this draft, because it's just so much money. There is just the divide, isn't it? Whether you think he's actually like an extra midfielder. So, you know, instead of playing Milo or Milo, as I call him, you'd have Alonso instead. So, you know. Oh, Rodriguez and Klosniak out, and Abraham and Alonso in. Golden boot Kane from Dave there. I don't know about Abraham. Do you guys know much about him? I'm not so clued up on him. I don't know whether that would be kind of basically saying, you know, I'm not going to play 3 strikers most weeks, would it? I guess. So a free kick plus a clean sheet, 3 baps. Game week 1 Ken. Now there you go. That's what we're saying about Alonso. McDavies with Macaulay to win the Golden Boot. Hey, if he keeps getting assists when he didn't get them, you know, when he wasn't meant to get them, you know, and goals, then, you know, who knows? Why not? Outside shout. So stick 10p on. No, I'm not promoting gambling. Not promoting gambling. I was going to say stick 10p on the bookies, because I got told earlier that you can't actually put a 1p bet on at the bookies. Shows how like down I am with bookie talk or bookie know-how. So, but yeah, don't do that, kids. Gambling's bad. Ooh, Mohamed Zinha, Trippier and Klasnic, both expensive players, and you also have Louver and Clark. Really? Is that a really why? Or really? Well, I don't really understand your question. Mo! Explain! I could get Gale instead of Rodriguez. Yes, I have 0.5 in the bank, and I could do that. I have heard, however, that Newcastle like to change their formation up a bit, and I was like champion Gale. I was like, he's going to be in my team for sure. Like, I'm definitely giving him the 3rd striker spot. And one of my best friends is a Palace fan, and he was like, he's brilliant. And then I looked into it, and you know, I just learned that Newcastle, they kind of switch up that forward position between quite a few players, and so then I'm thinking, well, if he's not going to get as much game time as somebody who'll start every week, and I could do with maybe a 3rd striker that's going to start every week, that was my kind of reasoning for not putting him in to start with. So it's not to say I won't get him in another draft, but for the moment he's not there. So. Oh, and if Chelsea sign another left back or left back winger, he will be out of the team though, Alonso. There is that. Although the transfer market's gone a wee bit quiet the last few days, don't you guys think? I think it's gone a bit quiet the last few weeks, but the last few days, sorry. So maybe everyone's just like hatching plans. They're just there like, who are we going to buy next? Hopefully it's like Arsenal with Mbappe. They're just like, you know, get him in. So. You could get the extra 0.5 by replacing Milo with Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Do we think, though, that Chelsea really going to get a lot of clean sheets in their opening few games? I know he has attacking potential, Alonso, but do we really think Chelsea are going to get the clean sheets? That's what I want to know from you guys. You can tell me that. That'd be great. Because I don't know, we just need to see how they're going to kind of start off, I guess, and whether or not they're going to be whether or not they're going to be keeping their defensive pattern, because then you start to think about, well, yeah, sure, he's an attacking defender, but hopefully I've got other attacking defenders there that are cheaper. I've tried to fill my back line with as many attacking defenders as possible. I like attacking defenders, just how I play FPL, always have done. Abraham Great Championship should get starts while Llorente is injured. Phil tells us Abraham should get starts because of Llorente being injured, so that's good news. How long do we think that's for, Phil? Give us a shout, let us know on that one. Oh, Ali doesn't think that Elliot will play. So I just had it on good authority that the main keeper there, I've forgotten his name now, main keeper there has kind of possibility to be moving out. So maybe just maybe Elliot gets first game. Still, I can't envision, if I keep this team, that I'll be playing anyone other than DGG for a good few weeks, to be honest. So is it worth spending the extra money? Not sure. Okay. Louver and Clark were regulars last season. Good fixtures, good grab of clean sheets. Yeah, and I did a defenders, prized points, penalty takers series in another video, and Louver was in that. He took a penalty last season, converted that. But I do know, I've got it on my little sheet, that he played 42 games in all competitions in the league, and he came on too, and he got 2 goals and 3 assists in that time. So he's my kind of cheeky differential one on the bench to keep an eye out on there. So I shouldn't really be telling you guys my secrets, but definitely think about getting a bit of love in your team if you haven't already. Share the love around. But I don't know much about Clark. I just heard good things about him. I did a bit of research. He was doing quite well as well. He played majority of the games. Don't know if he got injured, but he got 3 goals and 2 assists as well. So, as I say, I always go with attacking defenders. It's just the way I do things. Just the way I do things. Oh, hang on, jump. Let me catch up with you guys. Oh, thanks, Ben. So Ben says my midfield isn't weak at all. Thank you. That's cool. I don't usually like doubling up. That was one thing I wanted to speak to you guys. Usually I'm a bit like, try and spread the load across the team. Try and think about different teams and give everyone a shot at the beginning. But just pre-season, the way that DB has been, and City as a team in general looks so good that I can't exactly I can't turn down having 2 City people in my team. So oh, okay, Mo saying that because I got DDG, who's an expensive goalkeeper, and 2 expensive defenders, you can benefit from changing them. I could, but at the moment I'm trying to balance my pricing in brackets. So the way I'm kind of thinking long game, trying to think long game, and I'm trying to think if I put a bit of money in the goalkeepers, because I haven't put money there before, except for the season that I did my best season. I started with an expensive goalkeeper, and I've just found in other years, sometimes if you've got the money there, then it's a good idea to have a slightly more expensive goalkeeper, and then you can always downgrade as the season goes on. We've got wild cards, so we can always switch that up as the season goes on. And also, I just need a Man United defender that's nailed on. So that's the other reason for having such an expensive goalkeeper with DDG, is just because for keepers he's just nailed on, you know. So should we have a look if anyone else can join us on Twitter at this point? So, Ella can join in the YouTube. Yeah, so what we got? Next question. Am I going to do a draft league? Well, if you were watching some of Jano's lives, you'll probably have seen the fact that I am hoping to do a draft with some of those guys. I've done one already with a few kind of general FPL people, and tonight I had to go at the Draft League. They're cool. They're kind of an up and coming draft company, and tonight I did like an experimental draft with them, and that was really awesome. So their website's coming, like, I think they're doing some testing on it now, and it's launched this season. So if you're looking for a kind of alternative for the draft, they might be ones to watch. Keep your eyes open for that, for them. And so yes is the answer to your question, Tom. Maybe with some of the other YouTubers. Maybe Kurt, maybe Sane, maybe Brexty. We have to see. You've been spying on our DMs again, Tommy. What we got? Oh, jumped on me again. Oh, Ken, with the shout that DDG might be off to Madrid. Well, that would make life both harder and easier, I guess. It would make it easier because then it would free up some cash for definite. But obviously, if he does, then I'd have to think about who to stick in there. Who for Jesus, who's a rotation risk? Okay, Dave, I missed your first bit of that chat. I'll bring in Lacazette, then especially if he's going to be a top goal scorer. Okay, for Jesus, who's a rotation risk. Anyway, I don't think Jesus is a rotation risk. I think Pep is a little bit in love with Jesus. I retweeted a video of his today, and it's meant to be talking about like Sanchez coming and being a forward at City, and he kind of dismisses Sanchez almost immediately, faffs about Aguero once or twice, but the whole video is basically Pep saying how brilliant Jesus is. So, you know, I don't think he's a rotation risk. He was like, it was really hard not being able to see Jesus with Aguero up front when Jesus was injured. So I think when you know, I just don't think he is a rotation risk. So I think there'd be others that would go out before Jesus would. But that is a good point. With the 0.5, it does mean that if Lacazette starts strong, and I made a funny point about him being, you know, golden boot, then, you know, we have transfers. We have a transfer every week. And the good thing about having the kind of money where I have it is that I already have a kind of slight plan about who I can swap to. For instance, if Lukaku does brilliantly, he can go where Kane goes. If Lacazette does brilliantly, he can go where Jesus is now. So, you know. And remember, people, this is still my first draft, so there still is some room for some swappy uppies. Phil, more than one way to skin a cat, people. Poor cat. Phil, changed my opinion on you. Don't go around skinning cats, people. It's not good practice. Goalkeepers don't really give up good value. You want to gain much team value. Yeah, I can't see DDG going up much in price. Honestly, Ken, he's really just there because he's a nailed-on Man United defender, and if I keep him there in future drafts, then it's just because he has a really great run of games right at the beginning and he's a good defender. Likelihood is, I should imagine, I'll be swapping him down to somebody cheaper as the season goes on with a better run of games. And then when I know who else is nailed on from Man United or is looking good, maybe from another team, then I can use that money to upgrade one of the other defenders. Lukaku is owned by 48% of managers at this point. He is a must swap for Jesus and definitely change Kolosniak. He isn't even guaranteed he will start ahead of Monreal. Ooh, Ali. Really? Don't know, you guys. I don't know about that one. I mean, I had Aguero in this team. Earlier on, this team looked a little bit like I had... Let me try and remember. Lukaku, where Kane is, Aguero, where Jesus is, and Ali, where De Bruyne is. So, the thing is, I'm hearing some pre-season thoughts that Aguero is looking quite sluggish. You know, hey, there are a couple of YouTubers I know that are on the Aguero train, you know, the Aguero Express, like Chef and Connect. They're like pushing Aguero hard, and I love Aguero. Like, I actually love him a little bit. You guys will know this if you follow me on Twitter. You'll know how much I love Aguero. So, the thing is, I just see more potential in Jesus, and I do think he can go up in price. So I'm trying not to play with my head and my heart. I'm trying to kind of go a bit more with my head. But as I say, those three were different just hours ago, so that could change back again. I am keeping an eye on pre-season closely and trying to keep you guys updated on Twitter with pre-season closely as well. So, oh, Ken gets my nailed on Man United argument. Oh, cool. Jesus is the most nailed on player in the league. Never mind Man City. Boom! There it is. So, not sure about Gabbiadini, Tommy. What's that, Migtavius? Missed that one. Perhaps downgrade Coutinho to upgrade Jesus to Lukaku. Could do. Who would you, P-compare? Am I saying that correctly? Who would you downgrade Coutinho to if you were upgrading Jesus to Lukaku? So I'll put that back to you. And by the way, guys, don't forget to pop a sub if you haven't already. Some cool graphics that should come up on screen. So, oh, Tommy, rate my team. Mo, do you not want me to rate your team? Just upset me now. It's fine. It's fine. Well, seeing as you have quite a few players that I have anyway, you know, I think it's half decent. Not talking, I'm sulking. Daniel says, hey, can you rate my team? Oh, there it is. Okay, I was going to say, put your team in the chat, Dan, and I'll have a go. Oh, Tommy says, oh my god, how did you get that team? 10 out of 10. Let's go back to Mo's team, everybody, and read it out. Foster, Dawson, Cedric, Daniels, Redmond, Pogba, Ali, Coutinho, sorry, that's the dog, Morata, Jesus, and Lacazette. I'm going to say he got that from his defence, because he hasn't spent so much in defence as I have. So. It's good though. It's a good team. I was gonna do a kind of versus team draft where I did it kind of more balanced like this, and then I do actually have a team that looks a bit like Mo's second team where all my money is up front. So I might do a bit of a video on that one, or even another live on that one another time, and see what you guys think. So. You tried about 100 times to get that combination. Yeah, like how many drafts have we all done now? It's crazy. Like my first proper one today was sitting down, literally, that wasn't just an auto pick to get my ID. It was the first time I really, but I can see there being lots more before the season actually starts. And it's only 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away. Yeah. In my team, I only have Gabbiadini because I don't know who's going to start. Who will start, Gabbiadini or Austin? Give me an opinion. I think because Gabbiadini is injured at the moment, then that's why Austin's getting the game time. But Gabbiadini didn't end the season strongly, if you know what I'm saying. So if Austin keeps kind of doing really well this pre-season, then I think it's possible that basically he could steal Gabby's place. I think it's possible. Mo, it's just a first draft. Don't panic. Gail might still make the team yet. Okay. Hi, Kay. Hello, Nim. How does Ramsey look these days? Will he be a better or worse pick than Fabregas, Willian, Zaha? Well, as you can see, Willian is in my team. Rambo is looking good pre-season, I've heard, so that's good for us. I very much think it might depend on whether Sanchez stays or goes and how Wenger then decides to switch up the midfield. But you know what? If Ramsey gets the game time, I think he's better than Willian and Zaha. So hopefully, you know, he'll get the game time. But you know what? I think the thing I would say to you guys at this stage is it's this bit can be really difficult because we've got so many players to choose from. But just have a plan. Try and have a plan about who you would have in that space. So at the moment, as you say, we've got Fabregas, we've got Willian, we've got Zaha. They're all the same price. And yes, they can go up in price. But think about who you think starts with the best fixtures. Think about who you know has done well in pre-season, like for instance me putting DB in or Coutinho in. They're based on pre-season decisions because of how well they're doing there and the fact that the manager is using them where they should be playing for the rest of the season. And that's how I'm making my decisions. So maybe think about that. And as we don't know yet with Ramsey, and I think that Fabregas and Williams, I'm a bit nervous of having Willian there because I do think it might depend on Hazard coming back. So depending obviously on whether, you know, Hazard comes back from injury, that could be. But Zaha's going to be nailed on most weeks, I should imagine. So it just depends on whether you want somebody who's going to be explosive and maybe not so nailed on, or somebody that's, you know, going to play every week and can be explosive. Oh, I didn't know Kurt was on. Are we clashing with one another? Oh, I'm going to send him a message. Didn't know Kurt was on. I'll be like, yo, dude, what are you doing? Stealing my streams. Didn't know he was live, man. Okay. Who we got? Courtois to Pogba. Oh no, Coutinho to Pogba. Sorry. Coutinho to Pogba. I don't know. See, Pogba hasn't proved himself to me yet. He should be a fantastic player. He should be like massively, should be really, really great. But I don't know, you know. So, if you said you had 0.5, downgrade Clark to Humana, are we saying Humana? And use the 1 mil to upgrade Jesus to Lukaku. Everyone's very much on the Lukaku train. Yes, it's a definite possibility. Rated. The reason I went with Clark is just another one of those defenders that I think is nailed on to start every week, and he's on the bench, so he's not too much money. So Kurt saying, "Wait now." Yes, now, man. So, yeah, that's why I went 4.5 into Clark, because I know, what did I say on my, just referring to my little list, where are we here? Clark, 3 goals and 2 assists last season, so yeah. Ali's asking, who is the best 4.5 keeper? So, oh, Kurt says he's not live. Oh, so is Tommy just watching videos? Am I that boring? You have to go watch Kurt videos? Tom, man, breaking my heart. So, that's it. You completely trolled me there, guys. I'll tell him. It's alright. It's alright. False alarm. He says, I'm on holiday. I shouldn't be live. He's like panicking now that we can all see him in his wife rants and his pina colada. So. Okay, what we got? Let me catch it. God, you're all so fast. I have to try and catch up with you all. Boing boing. Boing boing. Ali, Tom says Foster. So, yeah, no, I agree with Ben there. Foster was in one of my drafts, and Hart is definitely going to be one to keep an eye on at City. So both of those are floating around there as a thought to get into my team. Nymfria, what formation? Playing 4-3-3 or 5-2-3. It will be 4-3. What am I saying? 4-3-3. So, sorry, just take me. Yeah, I've never been necessarily a fan of this kind of 5-2-3 thing. So probably 4-3-3. Nymfria, I think you should get Lukaku and benefit from the 1 mil to get Chicharito or Defoe. Are you saying Lukaku for Kane in order to get that money? Because I'd have to spend more money to get Lukaku for Jesus, I believe. So Daniel says he has Foster, Aki. Oh, great shout. quality. He's in one of my drafts. I really like him. Mawson, Cedric, Pogba. Might change to Sigurdsson if he stays at Swansea. Redmond, Ali, Coutinho, Lukaku, Jesus, and Chicharito. I like the Aki choice for sure. Really, really, thought about sneaking him in myself. So it's a great choice, Dan. So are you guys all just completely avoiding Kane then? Like, are you just all terrified by the fact that effectively he's just done terribly in August? Are we all terrified by that? Rated says, do Clark the Hunter to enable Jesus to Lukaku? Seems to be a growing theme. So I need to do a bit more research on this. I'm probably saying his name terrible. So should we call him? What should we call him? Should we just call him the Humming Man? We'll call him the Humming Man because I really don't know how to say that name yet. So, or just H. H the Humming Man. That's a growing theme. I need to do a bit of research on him. Let me do a bit of research on him, guys. Because I know you say, like, we could just chuck the money on the bench and it don't matter. But I do like to think that it's nice to have somebody on your bench that even if they're, like, cheap, that they could grow and get you some cash and still play most weeks and do well. So, but that's just my thoughts. Because that way, should somebody get injured or somebody gets rotated, you know that even if they're cheap as mud on your bench, that basically you're not just going to get any old somebody chucked in who wasn't going to play. So, Yedlin over Clark. Do we think Yedlin over Clark? I don't know. Tom, tell me if Yedlin has scored any goals or assists, because Clark has. So, give me some info, my man. Give me some info. Did you see there what I did there with the key in? Missed that one, Phil. Oh, no. Okay, so now Rated says his team is Foster, Cedric, Daniels, Alonso, Yedlin and Humming Man, H Humming Man, William, Coutinho, DB, Milo, Carroll, Lukaku, Kane, Austin. And Phil said, oh no, it's not in reply to Rated. That looks quite a balanced team. Rated, I like it. I like it a lot. I might be stealing some ideas from that. So, yeah, I like it. Man United need a direct mid to enable Pogba to play deeper, according to many of their fans. Yeah, I see. Not Man United fans, so. But I really do think, like, Pogba should be doing better than what he actually is. So, but that's just my thoughts. Maybe this season will be the season for him. So, that's a fact. He needs to. Jose still. Oh, why does this jump? Sorry, guys. Just miss one up. That would free it up. Jose's still going to try for Matic. That would free up Pogba. Yeah, Mixter. That would free up Pogba. Hopefully he'll keep trying. Ali says Foster, Trippier, Cedric, Alonso, Ericsson, DB, Phillips, Willian, Firmino, Chicharito and Lukaku. On the bench is Hart, Daniels and Loftus-Cheek and me. So, yeah. I'm just kind of Chikorito has great stats, and I think that people like Snodgrass and Lanzini are really going to benefit from having an explosive striker like Chikorito. But he did have a bit of a, just so you guys know, I think he did have a bit of a lull towards the end of last season. And we all know what his previous is like in the Premier League season as well. So just bear that in mind with Chikorito. But he is definitely a good player. So if he comes back, settles into that West Ham team, him, Snoddy and Lanzini, could be goals everywhere. West Ham fans delight with the little P, like me, little P. I think Matic or Fabinho, and I heard some news about Belgian player called Den Donker, 22 years. You're just making me say complicated names, Mo. I think you just want to hear me say complicated names. Kurt's live on Spam Cam. On Spam Cam. On Spy Cam. No, he uploaded new right and I went to it. Oh, okay. So he's just, he's just spamming. I was right, he's spamming my lives. I'll be having words with him. Oh, we got Brett to be in the house. Hey, Brett. Hey, Brett, thanks. Thank you. Great YouTuber. Great graphics. And I just aspired to have as great graphics as he does. I do graphics. That's kind of a bit of what I do. Freelance. That's my job. So, but Brett Spears graphics. Oh, brilliant. So, check him out if you haven't already. So, Den Donker. What should we call it? I see. I have to give everyone nicknames because I can't say names properly. Why is it us YouTubers are just like about names? So would definitely be the cheaper option if they look at that sort of thing at Man United. Definitely. Nymph, try to go 3-5-2 or 3-4-3. Better. Are you saying I need to change my team to get those better? It's probably what you're trying to say. Yeah. I just the reason I had Rodriguez in was just his run of games. As I say, this team isn't perfected yet, so definitely looking at changing a few people in or out. So if I go with the 3-4-3, I might try and, as you say, kind of get a better balance between Milo and Rodriguez. So, I didn't even realise FPL TV was here. I have and it's cheaper than the others. Some bit of insight there from you, from Mo. I'm assuming Mo is a Man United fan. So, let me just see what's going on here. Anyway, give me some of your teams, people. Give me some of your teams. Let me know what you guys are planning here. Don't look at the side of my gob too. Sorry about that. So I'm just gonna retweet that back out. Not worried about Kane in August. I have him currently. Yes, Ben. Somebody is with me. Somebody is with me. Yeah, he's good. He's a good one to have your money tied up in, I think, because you can go. He's the most expensive forward there is. So once you put your money there, yeah, okay, it stops you initially getting a player here or there elsewhere. But think about it. Think somebody is massive that you don't have, ends up, and you just halfway through the season you think, oh, I wish I had the money for them. Came to that person, easy as pie up front. Just like that. No problems whatsoever. So, I'm trying to catch up. Sorry. Yeah, I predict the first background will be Joe Allen. Ooh, we're thinking Allen. But there's a bit of a running thing in my group of friends that they think he looks like Jesus. I don't get it. If you think if you think Alan looks like Jesus, let me know. Or what we perceive Jesus to look like. Let's be politically correct. I was thinking Fraser might be the bandwagon this season, but then somebody reminded me that he might get switched up with Stanislas. But if he doesn't, I think with somebody like Kingy and Defoe in front of him, and he gets regular game time, Fraser definitely could be one of those bandwagons. Historically, not a lot of clean sheets in the first game week 5 in the back may not be good. Agreed. Think that might be for somebody else rather than for me. I'm not planning to play 5 at the back. One goal. Oh, damn. You got me some stats. What did I say? What did I say for Clark? I said 3 goals and 2 assists. Dan's saying he's meeting Clark's 2 goals and 3 assists with 1 goal and 5 assists. Well, that's still pretty awesome. It's still pretty awesome. So, any other reason why you say one or the other? Does Yedlin play more than Clark does? Let's help the community out here, the Nymfam community. Help everybody out. Humana. Oh, we got some nicknames. Humana. Hoonmere. Or Hoonmere. Oh, I still can't say it. It's lots of fun for you guys just watching me trying to pronounce people's names. That's why I get everyone a nickname. Clark may not start. A new defender joined Newcastle. Florin Lehun? Okay, so maybe Yedlin is the better bet there. See, this is why I do this kind of thing with you guys. It's why you give me these nuggets of information. So I'm going to just scratch Clark off and shove Yedlin in. See, it's my FPL journal, not a plug, promise. So, by the way, I'll get the moderator, McDavies, can you stick the league codes in the chat, please, for peeps? My league is just a free, just for fun league, so come and join me there. And but the FPL Journal League, that might be a sneaky mystery prize, so that's a cool one to join. And if you also contribute to me on Patreon, there's be a special league there, and there'll also be a prize for the winner of that league. So, okay, so I'm scratching off. Got my pen, and I'm gonna scratch off. Who am I scratching? Clark, and I'm gonna stick Yedlin in. If I don't go Clark to Hummingbird Man or Hoot Nanny, and then use the money elsewhere that has been kind of suggested tonight. So, okay. Yedlin is a fast attacking fullback, more chances for assists. See, love that. That is what you gotta have in your team, people. 4.5 attacking defenders. Boom, explosive. Lots of money to grow. Lots of FPL points. Fantastic. Try to go for safer options in defence. Are we saying that Trippier, Klosniak and Cedric aren't safer options? Or are we saying Yedlin and Clark aren't safer options? Not sure what you mean, Ali. I think Alan is a good choice. I'm still a little bit confused about getting him. Yes, Simon, I am still live. Still live. Hello. I'm here, I'm alive. Joe Allen equals original Jesus. Don't know, still don't see it. Still don't see it. Kangaloo. Kanga. Don is in the house. Hello. Is that Connect I see? Hello, hello, hello. The Don. The leader of the group that cannot be named. Arnautovic. Joe Allen pushed to number 10. Also Arnautovic gone to West Ham. Yeah, it's true. See, could be the bandwagon. Could be the bandwagon. Oh, see. Loving that. Nim has Jesus and KDB like myself. Yedlin is a no-go. Oh, hang on. Connect. I think that's Connect. Sai, Connect, is that you? Let me know. If it is, he says, Yedlin is a no-go. Manquilla there too, so possible rotation between those two. Anita played a lot of games. Anita? Is that right? A lot of games in place of Yedlin last season. So are we saying we're back to Clark again? Because I just scratched his name out of my journal. So I'm saying, people, you know, work with me here. Think of the Tipex I'll have to use. Other blocking out aids are available. Phil, Hennessy, Foster, Mawson, Bertrand, Mustafi, Bailly. Oh, see, now you're just putting people in the team that I can't pronounce. Hegetzi, KDB, Fabregas, Fabi, Redmond, Milo, Carroll. See, Phil's with me. Got a couple there. Milo, Carroll, Kane, Lukaku and Chikorito currently. See, this is what this is all about, right? This time, it's always really good at this time because we're just forming. We're forming. And as a community, we can help each other out. So, plus we'll just wake up in the middle of the night in cold sweats like, oh my God, I need to change that person. They're not going to do very well for me. So, you know. And don't forget to like and subscribe, people, if you haven't already. See some cool graphics coming up. And yeah, I'm KDB and Jesus / Aguero. Fine, nice team. Yeah, it's a nice team, Phil. Fair play. Nice team. Mustafi, do you think he'll get you lots of points though, Phil? You maybe think of somebody a bit more attacking up there. I think you could maybe go somebody a bit more attacking. But I do remember I did a podcast towards the end of last season, and I said, and I did a blog for somebody, and they said, watch out for Mustafi, and then the next week he scored, so I was being pretty chuffed about that one. Gotta use pencil, Nim. This is true. It's true. I should have my own brand of pencils, shouldn't I? That's what I should do. Get that out there. Would you buy FPL journal pencils, people? There we go. So yes, Sai is Connect, the big dong. And he is saying that Clark / that other person beginning with L is most nailed on. Could use Charlie Daniels instead of Clark. 4 goals, 3 assists. Is that more? Is that beating Clark? That beats Clark. How much is Daniels? Is he the same price? Let me have a look. I mean, you don't want to look at my side. My God, GSI. Daniels. Oh, he's 5 though. He's more expensive. More expensive. Daniels won't be on pens anymore with Defoe around though. That's a good shout, Ken. Good shout. How do we think the Kingy and Defoe thing is going to play out? Do we think it's going to be really good, or do we just think one of them will end up just being more forward and getting more of the goals than the other? Pecan Pie says Foster, Daniel, Cedric, Trippier, Salah, KDB, Redmond, Willian, Kane, Lukaku, Gale. Also has Elliot, Carroll, and Rangel, and I'm not even gonna. Honeyman? Is that the Honeyman? I think it's the Honeyman or the Humming Man. We call it so it's an N. So have I been saying it wrong all this time? That would be just like me actually. Connect says, do love Daniels, but stay away for the first 2 games and see how much more solid they are defensively. So I think they'll be better with Aki back, personally. So I have Francis in my team, currently club captain and 4.5. I'm not sure he's nailed on anymore with that Aki. I'm not sure he is either, to be honest, guys. So I think they'd be silly not to play Aki because he's a brilliant player. Plus, he'd be a good cheap at 5, really, for an attacking defender for us. So Rangel is poor choice in my opinion. Yeah, no, I agree, Phil, actually. Pekin, you need to find somebody other than Rangel, I think. How much is Rangel, people? Let's see if we can help Pekin find somebody other than Rangel. And if anyone's got any ideas, stick a heart for Pecan Pie, and next to it put who he should transfer Rangel to. Currently 4, so he's quite cheap. So there's only that humming person, isn't there? But then he's already got him. So, ooh, sorry peeps, knocking you out all over the place. Okay. Ooh, sorry, it keeps jumping on me. Let me catch up with you guys. King might surprise people. Think he is no longer a good pick. According to Ben, he doesn't think King is a good pick. I say. Who's that Crystal Palace player now? I think McTavius, I think he said somewhere that he's a Crystal Palace fan. I'll let him fill you in on that one. My stats are, hang on, got my pad and my pencil. Sorry, Philip. Pencil. He got 2 goals last season. He takes a lot of the free kicks and he's on penalty duty at the moment. So, and if you're asking for his full name, I'm sure somebody will post it in for you in a second. Okay guys, if anyone's dropped in and they haven't already, please pop me a like if you're enjoying and subscribe, because then you'll see some cool graphics, your name will pop up and stuff. So Rangel is only a good pick if your 4-5 defender is Norton. Francis over Daniels, you think? Not sure on that one. Francis over Daniels. I think they both play as much as each other, so it might just be personal preference, that one. Is there a price difference on them? I've left my one up on screen rather than like flicking before, so just in case you guys wanted to. Oh, we've got a new subscriber! Woo! It'll take a few seconds to tell me who it actually is, but thank you. Francis is cheaper than Daniel's, and Francis got 1 assist, 10 clean sheet, and Daniel's got 3 assists and a couple of goals. So if you're willing to put the extra money in, it looks like Daniel's might be the better pick. Okay. Well, JR. Who did I miss? Did somebody pop up? What was their name? Thank you. J. Rodriguez, West Brom as striker or winger, supporting Rondon this year. Anyone seen West Brom lineup games? I haven't seen any yet, Kay. Just hearing that he's probably most likely to be nailed on for West Brom, and they have a wicked run of games, so that's why I put him in initially. Okay. I'm gonna go for an hour and a half on this live, so we've got just under 10 minutes left, people. So four now. I read not right. Got not right. Okay. Remember, Aki can play centre defendant, and they don't have Jack Wilshere anymore. That's very true, Tommy. Aki may not have the room to do what he did last season, so that's a fair point. I've seen Long for Burnley in a lot of teams, not sure why though. Ragazzi is a 4.5 West Brom defender. Rosenau's playing pre-season, he is pretty good. 4. There we go then, Peak and Pie. I think either look at somebody like Rosenau, or if you can upgrade to a 4.5, share the Louvre. Get yourself in a bit of Louvre. Connect is saying he thinks because me is injured to Migtavius. Good morning, Peacom from Perth, Australia. So time warp. We are talking to someone in tomorrow. So very Doctor Who. That one. Oh, apparently me is fine. Don't panic, everybody. Me, if you're watching this, apparently you're fine. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Jesus or Lukaku from Hussein. The age-old argument. At the moment, for me, it's Jesus. I'm in the situation where I've got Kane, and if Lukaku's just looking too brilliant, I can switch, so it's not too bad. Migtavius says that being a Palace fan, Milo should be starting, scored a sweet free kick over in the Asia Trophy. So, yes, he did. Seen that. It was good. Evening, Ian. Hello. Welcome. Haven't seen your name in the chat yet. Good evening. Hello. Nice to see you. Apparently, Long is playing in Burnley's pre-season. Oh, okay. Oh, so Ian was a subscriber. Welcome, Ian. Welcome. I'm sorry I missed your name. I was too busy. You guys were watching the side of my face, so sorry about that. Oh, my screen's gone a bit funny there. Ali or Ericsson. I think Ericsson's been doing better in pre-season. He scored a fantastic free kick like Milo, so you know, again, it's a bit like last season. If you had one in your team, the other one would score, and then you could switch them, and the next week it'd be vice versa. So, night, Ben. Everybody stick some hearts in the chat for Ben. Good night. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed it. Ken says last season as first choice for club and country, and Kane is gone now. So, share the love. Bebo. Lukaku ownership is at 48%. Many will captain week 1. This is true. And then you've got the argument between, do you go with everyone else and get the same points as them, or do you try and switch things up a little bit, gain extra points on people? So is Elliot a starter? Not sure on that one. The same Elliot, I don't know. So Bieber. But Rafa is in the market for a new keeper. There you go. Been answered for you. Didn't even need to get involved in that one. So, right, you guys, I'm pretty much gonna wrap it up there, I think. And you've all been brilliant. Thank you so much for joining me and giving me some insight in my first team. And I look forward to having a bit more of a tinker with it. Might stay the same, might change it up a bit. So I've definitely taken on some stuff that you guys have said. And so thank you for that. I hope I've helped some of you guys out as well. So bye, Kay. So nighty night all. Thank you for joining me, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and keep a check out. I've got some videos coming out. I've got some penalty taking strikers on the way, and some goalkeepers who have faced penalty videos, and I'm going to be doing a draft with some of the YouTubers. I believe we can get that up and running. So lots to come from me this season, and thank you for joining me on my first one. A little bit nervous, so thank you for being there, and have an absolutely amazing evening. Like, just enjoy, people. Thanks for watching. Night.